Alrighty, happy Sunday. Let's get to a weekly what's up, right? So this week is, I want to say, kind of a quiet week, but I'm not sure that that's exactly correct. There is a lot going on this week. It's the equinox, and there's a big T-square up there. Libra, we have a Libra Mercury that's opposite an Aries Mars, right? And so Mercury and Mars are about communication, and I know that there's a lot of people biting their tongues, maybe biting some holes in their tongues this week to try and keep themselves from saying things that they don't want to say, or perhaps just choosing their words very carefully. And the thing is, that T-square is in square to Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto, right? So we know that this is our energy of transformation right now. This is our big, like, cauldron of growth, necessitating growth, right? And so the fact that these 2 points in opposition are then square, so we're being asked to measure our communications and measure how we put those communications out into the world. And the fact that Mercury is in Libra is really asking us to be aware of the consequences of our words, right? So one of the reasons that Libra is seen as an indecisive sign, it's the second air sign. So Libra has all that energy that Gemini has in terms of access to the limitless, right? To the potential. But Libra, being in the hemisphere of relationships, has a little bit of awareness in terms of how their words and actions will affect their relationship and their relationships with other people or other things. And so quite often the reason that Libra is indecisive is because the Libra can see the consequences, you know, down the road, where a thing will go, where it will take you. And with Mars in opposition, right? So oppositions are simply opportunities. And so we're able right now to not only see the consequences, but to have the power to really put that into action. And so we're being asked to put it in action in a way that is facilitating our growth and development, facilitating the expansion of our transformation as it's squared to those big 3 energies. So I know that that's a lot to navigate and it's a lot to juggle, but that's really what the universe is asking of us right now. This T-square goes on, you know, through the week. And so then on Tuesday, we have the equinox, right? The sun moves into Libra. And so this is a day of equal light and darkness, right? This is our true day of balance. And as the sun moves into Libra, again, it's all about our one-on-one relationships, right? It's all about where is the harmony, where is the balance, where is the beauty, just like light and dark. And the key here is to remember that just like in our relationships, both sides have equal weight, both sides have equal importance, both sides have equal measure. Even if we can see the consequences of our actions, we're still called to stand our ground as ourselves, as our truth. That's how you balance, you know, whether it's light and darkness or whether it's personal interaction. You have to have both sides in their truth. Otherwise, you do not have an accurate mix. On Wednesday, the moon is in Saturn, and it's opposite the North Node. And so again, opposites are about opportunities, right? And so this is a day to really be mindful of how your heart affects your destiny, right? So balancing those feelings with that destiny. We also have a really beautiful interaction between the moon and Mars and the North Node and Mercury. And so that's feelings, outward push of energy, destiny, and communications. So this is a day to really, really speak what's in your heart as it relates to your destiny. Yeah, on Thursday, the moon squares Chiron, so you might feel a little triggered on Thursday. Know that it's only temporary, right? And on Friday, the moon moves through Aquarius, or moves into Aquarius. So it moves through those last degrees of Capricorn, through those big, big boys that are hanging out up there. So really get your heart into your transformation mind, and understand that your heart is what leads you, right? It's what's really calling things into being as we work through this energy of really deep transformation. And it's a beautiful thing, right? On Saturday, that T-square starts to lighten up. The moon trines the sun. And so you have a beautiful way to shine your heart through your very being, right? We've got an air moon and an air sun. So be in your ideas, right? Be in your thoughts. Be in your possibilities. And then on Sunday, Mercury moves into Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transformation anyway. So we're really adding an element to our already transformational energetic, right? We're amplifying our ability to communicate on that deeper level. You know, Scorpio is all about union. It's all about union together, right? It's all about one and one make one, right? And what I mean by that is that Scorpio is about how two things unite to become a holy third. And that is H-O-L-Y, holy. I mean sacred third, right? So this is about really finding a way to communicate those depths through this period of intense, transformation, and honoring your own truths, and your own ability to speak them, and your own safety to speak them. You know, Scorpio tends to be secretive, but what do we know? Secrets, they just absolutely get you nowhere, because if it's just you holding on to something, there's no opportunity to bring in that added element of another, right? It's no secret, it's no accident that Scorpio comes after Libra. Libra is about relationships, and Scorpio is about union, right? So we learn how to be one-on-one, and then we learn how to deepen and become that sacred third. So make sure that you're minding your narrative, and make sure that you're honoring your depths, right, on Sunday. What I do want to tell you is Sunday is the 27th, and then so 2 days later, Saturn is going direct. So all of those things that we've been dealing with are going to come back, right? And hopefully you've been doing all the work and doing all the digging and honoring all the things that you've found in your sacred boneyard that Pluto has asked you to look at and dig up, and sometimes thrown right at you. You know, and remember that Saturn, what I always say about Saturn is that the only weapons that Saturn can use against you are the ones that you left laying out in the yard. So please be sure that you have cleaned your yard. You've got 9 days to go before Saturn goes direct. So if you have anything laying out in the yard, please get picking it up. And then on the 4th of October, Pluto is going direct as well. And so the big three will be moving along, and they will be asking of you to start making progress. And just as that happens, dun, 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 Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th. Well, so what we know about that is that that's a time to listen to your inside voice. And I don't mean use your inside voice. Well, I kind of do, but I mean listen to the voice of your spirit, of your soul, of your heart. Listen to the divine that lives within you, which is really what all of these retrogrades are asking us. And as they start going direct, now will be the time to act on those messages that you have been hopefully listening to and allowing to direct your work for the last many months. Hopefully, guys, hopefully. Yeah. It's going to be interesting as all these planets begin to move in their direct motion, and we are able then to harness their energies instead of kind of be in that state of contemplation. You know, 2020 has been a rough year all along. Nobody will argue about that. But, you know, this was the time when we were able to sift and sort and notice what had come up for all of us. And hopefully we've all done the work, or enough work, to be able to start to make progress, start to build on these new foundations. And as all these three big planets start to move forward and move into Aquarius, we really are going to be able to witness that driving motivation of all of this, which has been that our growth within will become growth without, right? That what we see in the world, the changes that we've made in ourselves, or that we have been asked to begin to make in ourselves, we will start to see in the world at large. Yeah. So anyway, let's look. So Monday, the 21st, we've got the King of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So the King of Cups is that emotionally reserved, right? We know that in Eileen land, queens are the full embodiment of any sign, and then the kings are just one step back. So this is about emotionally being reserved, kind of witnessing what's going on as opposed to diving in, right? And then this Two of Pentacles is about being adaptable, right? Being able to multitask. So I'm in my feelings, I'm aware of them, but I'm not overcome by them. I'm able to navigate through them and hold on to what's real inside of them, right? So as we really witness this big T square, this is really what we're looking at, right? We're looking at our destinies really being able to hold in the balance of how we feel our truth versus how we put it into the world. On Tuesday, the 22nd, so this is equinox day, right? So we have equal light and darkness. Again, we're looking for balance. And so that Page of Swords, you know, this is a energy of being able to really accurately and adeptly cut through anything that's not necessary. And sometimes when we do that, you know, we get a little bit of heart wound, we get a little bit of loss. So you might be cutting things out, you might be having some realizations, right? There might be some new ideas coming in that you're going to make changes in your life, and some of those changes are going to hurt a little bit. But that's okay. It's equinox. Give away what's no longer working, right? Give it away. I know you're singing Red Hot Chili Peppers now. That's okay. Anyway, give it away and let it go in the cycle, right? The year is going to move. The wheels are going to turn. We move into the cycle now of welcoming and honoring the darkness, and that's okay. You know, we begin it and then we get to move into it. And so here's that place of balance, right? This is the corner, this is the edge, this is the place where we cross over that event horizon toward the darkness. And it's a beautiful thing because all those paths have to be honored. On Wednesday, the 23rd, so this is that day that the moon is in opposition to the north node, right? So of course we're talking about mastery. Of course we're talking about teamwork, right? You know, because nobody gets to their destiny on their own. Nobody gets to really succeed all by themselves, even though the emperor thinks he does. You know, so the option here is, even though you can be in your own power, you still need a little backup. You still need some help. Everybody needs assistance, right? And so as we have that moon opposite the north node, this is about maybe leaning into your feelings and reaching out. And again, allowing that moon and Mars and north node and Mercury to allow you to ask for what you need. Even though you want to appear strong, you still need some stuff, right? Especially this time of year, especially as we go into that Libra sun. You know, it's not about being an island. It's about being part of something greater. A strong part of something greater too, right? So on Thursday, the 24th, we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about saving, right? You know, this is that time of year where we start thinking about putting things away for winter and stocking up. But again, we have to remember that what we have, we've got to be willing to give, right? We have to be willing to understand that giving things away, being in our abundance, being truly in our abundance, means that we understand that what we give is what we receive. We can't sit on our stuff. We're not King Midas counting our gold. It doesn't work that way. You only get to carry what you give away. And so as long as you're giving with your heart, then your abundance is real, not imagined. You can be happy, absolutely. Boy, we got a lot of pentacles this week. So on Friday, Friday is the day that the sun moves through that big three, right? So we have this Eight of Pentacles, right? We have hard work and mastery. So this is mastery through hard work, right? This is, I have put in my time. I have honed my craft. And then the Ten of Pentacles is all about I'm in celebration of my abundance because I have worked hard. You know, and again, as the moon moves through those big energies, this is all about, have I done the work? And if I've done the work, boy, am I going to be able to celebrate as these things start to transit in directness. On Saturday, I really hope you guys don't have anything too major to do on Saturday, because I think Saturday is going to be a great day. So the star is all about wish fulfillment and inspiration, divine inspiration, right? This is literally ideas from the universe itself, heart-based ideas, you know, magic. And the wheel is all about the turning of cycles. So this is about being able to witness what is coming in. Remember I said that on Saturday we have an Aquarius moon. Well, the star is the card of Aquarius. And then we have that moon is trining the Libra sun. So this is about really being able to take those divine inspirations, that thing, that infinite potential, that limitless possibility, and put them into motion, put them into action, right? And really get that forward motion going, especially with Saturn coming up direct. That's so beautiful. And then on Sunday, which happens to be my birthday, this is the day that Mercury goes into Scorpio, okay? So we've got Temperance. Temperance is all about communication, or I'm so sorry. It's about combining. It's about combinations and the mixing of things, right? So as Mercury moves into Scorpio, you know, Mercury the Queen of Swords is all about ideas and cutting away things that don't belong. You know, she's sitting on her divine throne with angels and butterflies and transformation. What more perfect pairing could we have for Mercury moving into Scorpio and that deepening of communication as we seek to balance out opposites and create that holy third, right? It's not just about ideas, it's about action. You know, we can think about it and talk about it all we want, but until we put it into action, ideas are just ideas, right? Until we give it some depth, until we give it some fertilizer and somewhere to grow, these things are just ideas. So this is about really sitting it down in creation mode and finding a way to take both sides into consideration and join them in that beautiful, you know, that divine water that we have everywhere. We've got pentacles asking us to be grounded. We've got a lot of swords asking us to be in our ideas. And we've got a lot of cups asking us to be in our hearts, even when it hurts, right? It's a big week, guys, I'm telling you. Let's see what our little oracles have to say to us this week. By the book, number 11. All right, we'll take number 11. We will take it. How about that? All right, by the book. Abiding by social rules, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provide a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to these universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. Well, let's contemplate that this is the week before Saturn goes direct. And so what did we talk about Saturn, right? Saturn is about rules and boundaries and restrictions. And if you don't get down with your own rules and boundaries and restrictions, you will be subject to external rules and boundaries and restrictions. So when we know what to do and we cut things away, right? And we create our own rules, but we understand that we're part of something greater. We understand that these rules govern us and they allow us to grow and flourish. They allow us to master ourselves, right? Which is what any work is really, what we're mastering is ourselves. And then we get that celebration of self, right? We get our wishes fulfilled and we understand that we are that force that moves the universe. And as we combine ourselves in our fullness with the ideas external to us, we have the ability to combine it into something real instead of something that lives out there in fantasy land, right? So, because we live here on this planet at this time, not only do we have the opportunity, but we have the mandate that we need to be part of the revolution. And the only way to be part of the revolution is to master yourself, right? The only way to be part of the revolution is to create from your own wish fulfillment and understand that as you bring that wish down, things will change. Things will change. Yep. Blessings. Hope you have great weeks. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.